Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For saying this video, we're going to be discussing the 2004 baseball comedy, Mr. 3000, starring Bernie Mac, Angela Bassett, and Paul Sorvino. Of course, this film is really kind of, well, not that unusual premise, but for a sports film, but an interesting one. And so it's Bernie Mac as a selfish ball player who he's trying to get his 3,000th major league hit, which of course is a big deal in Major League Baseball. If a player gets a 3,000th hit, they're pretty much automatically get in the Hall of Fame, unless we have them be named Barry Bonds or Rafael Palmeiro or one of the steroid guys. Then you're not going to get in. But Bernie Mac feels that as soon as he gets his 3,000th hit, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame. Well, as soon as he ended up getting his 3,000th hit, what he believed was his 3,000th hit, which we're going to get into in a second. As soon as he got it, he decided to retire right there and there on the spot and quit playing. Because he have the nice round number of 3,000, and that's it. And he's built the rest of his life for 3,000 hits, and he calls himself Mr. 3000. He goes over ball. He does all these appearances, car dealer show, Mr. 3000, and all this type of stuff. So he's making a big deal over the fact that he has 3,000 hits. Well, and when he gets eligible for the Hall of Fame, people found out that he did not get 3,000 hits because they count one game. Now, because he had that one game that was canceled and it was made up, and they counted that game twice, and so because of that, he was ended up actually 3 hits short of 3,000 hits. So it was 9 years later, and he's trying to get into the Hall of Fame, and they found out, and the sports writers found out, they actually got 2,997 hits, like they said, 3 hits short. So as soon as Bernie Mac finds out about it, he decides to come back to baseball play, make the roster in September, and try to see if he get the 3 hits in the month of September. Well, of course, since he's hasn't played baseball in 9 years, and he's now 47 years old, he's completely out of shape. So at first he couldn't get a hit, and then he ends up getting 2 hits to be 2,999, and of course he struggles to get the 3,000th hit, and got benched for the last road trip for a road trip, so he could get the hit at home. And he plays the games at home, and he did not get the 3,000th. And long story short, he ends up, big spoiler for those of you who didn't see this movie, he did not get the 3,000th hit, which was, I thought it was extremely frustrating to watch this movie. And the premise is for him to get a 3,000th hit, and he doesn't get it. It reminds me of the movie Little Big League, when Minnesota Twins doesn't win at the end of the movie, or doesn't get into the playoffs at the end of the movie. Same thing with this film, that Bernie Mac's character does not get the 3,000th hit, but the team actually respects it, or the players actually respect him, because he was trying. At first, I thought it was publicity stuff, because when Bernie Mac was playing, like I say, he was an extremely selfish ball player, to the point where his number was actually retired by the Milwaukee Brewers, the team he played his whole career, and only 2 former players showed up. Nobody else on the team showed up, because that's how they hated him, and how much they hated him, and so he decides to change his attitude a bit, which he eventually does do throughout the course of the movie, to the point where he establishes a relationship with Veronica, I forgot her name, Angela Bassett's character, and he who plays a reporter for ESPN, and she was hot in this movie. I'll tell you that right now, and of course they actually do the deed, and of course at the end of the movie they decide to pretty much kiss and make up, and they do so, and then and then he decides to retire. He gets married to Angela Bassett's character, and he decides to retire with 2,999 hits, and he does eventually get into the Hall of Fame by that unique number. But as a baseball film, I didn't think it was a bad concept film. I felt that the Bernie Mac, he doesn't come off to me as very athletic in this film, and he doesn't. I've seen players who, people who are not normally athletes, as actors, when they play athletes on screen, at least they have some athletic ability. Well, fortunately for Bernie Mac, he was a comedian. May rest in peace. But I felt that he was never. He doesn't come off as very athletic, or have very athletic ability to play this part. He has the part to do the comedy stuff, or the showboating and the very selfish and stuff. But for the athletic part of it, he doesn't come off that way. There are actors who could pull it off. Unfortunately, I don't think Bernie Mac, with all his comedic ability, could not pull that off. I felt that way, and but overall, I felt it was a decent. I think it's one of the more forgettable baseball movies that's come down the pike in the last 20 years, at least in the 21st century. I almost said 20th century, the 21st century, and they try to do. I think since the turn of into the 21st century, they try to do different types of baseball films. More than behind, instead of the stereotypical where the underdog team wins at the end, or a stereotypical biopic. They're trying to do different things with baseball movies, or sports movies in general. But at least get a guy. With all respect to Bernie Mac and the memory of Bernie Mac, at least they should have hired an actor who can have some athletic ability. I mean, that's my only real criticism in this whole movie. They should have gotten a guy with actual baseball, who actually know how to play baseball, like Kevin Costner. At least in the 3 baseball movies that Kevin Costner has done through his over 30-year career, at least he has some baseball ability because he played baseball when he was in high school. But Bernie Mac, I don't get that sense from Bernie Mac. That I know he has comedic ability. And he can act in a comedy role, which Mr. 3000 was a comedy role for the most part. But at least I know he could do. I know he did the job well from the comedic standpoint, but not from the athletic standpoint. And that's my only real criticism of this movie. So that's my review of the movie Mr. 3000. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, so WDY, and at C.com is a homepage and rally reviewer, Chris Moore. Please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.